And I've been talking without it muted again. I am sorry. Okay, so this is my idea. Might not be a very good idea, but it's an idea. Oops. Let's grab what I was going to use. Okay, so one more piece of foundation. Too bad I can't just do two. Hello. So. Magic door. Love these magic doors. Circuit around. There we go. Now I just need a light source. Empty room. Excellent. Mason's workshop. Stonemason's smithy. Haha! With this dual-purpose workshop, you can build 2 blocks with 1 stone. Residents will build furniture and materials and put them in the chests. I'm hoping that they'll start making wrecking balls and stuff for me. Alright, now that that's been finished, Fresh food? Nope. I already got the items I need from here. Never have too many of those things. Alright, so let's move on. Sandy area with some mines. Excellent. see a treasure chest. More wings. Oh, there's a silver in this. Speaking of wings. It's about time I used one. But first, bomb crack. That's a bomb crack. Oh, the ghosts are carrying wings, feathers now, huh? There's a little bit of orichalcum right down there. There's some over here. Well, got plenty of silver going into this, don't I? Silver for the taking. Turn daytime again? Nope, still night. Well, at least the stone sword's good or something. Alright, let's get out of here. Oh, you're looking good. one for me. I believe, for the... Yep, I need 2 finest furs. I'm on the verge of creating this armor. There's some crabs. Crab. Nice. We got ice. Here's some more. Oh, we got some more Zenithium too, I think. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Love it, love it, love it. I collect a couple more bomb crags here. Next one I need. I got a nice chunk of meat off of that scorpion. Excellent. Getting darker again already. Wow. First things first. Everybody get some sleep. Everybody was getting some sleep. Alright, my singing's not that good, I know. It says woke up. Excellent. Okay, so... Oh, I got an item display stand and castle crenellations. Classy capital of a castle wall made from perfectly polished and uniformly arranged segments of stone. A simple stand designed for displaying tools and other items can be used to display items. Not what I was hoping they'd be making for me. Alright, let's get some material, shall we? Need some of your fur. Thank you. Zenithium and orichalcum is the only things I need now. Strategically placed explosives. How much do I have now of the orichalcum? 41 pieces. I hope that's enough. And 4 zenithium. So how much do I need now for the Sword of Kings? I got both. All right. Gather up some more bits while I'm here. Hey, slimes. What are you guys doing in here? Okay, back home. Good stretch. Okay, talked to her already. Sword of Kings. Ultimate weapon. And Aurora armor. Blimey, O'Roy, that's the Sword of Kings, O'Roy. Nice one, Tux. You're one step closer to taking down the Dragon Lord. Oh, and while we're on the subject of fighting the good fight, do you mind if I give that old codger Merlin and his 2 stupid nuts a punch up the bracket? Those stuck-up snobs keep calling you the Carpenter and saying it ain't your proper place to take down the Dragon Lord. Who gives a flying plum bear about whose place it is? Who do they think they are, telling everyone what they can and they can't do? The only person who gets to decide that is you. I never got on with all this talk of oracles and divine messages and all that rubbish. I'll give it to you straight, Tux. I didn't come here because some poxy goddess sent me. I came here to give you the Sunstone and teach you how to forge the Sword of Kings, and that's that. Those posh prats have got me all roiled up. It's times like these I could really do with a nice salt bath. As soon as the Dragon Lord's done with and the world's at peace again, you can come back with me to Cole and we can both have a good long soak. Baird, Cecile, and all the boys are waiting for you. If you're lucky, maybe even Galileo will show his old smug old mug again. 2 silver. Nice. Hope you'll bear with my voice acting here. Put on the armor. Equip the sword. By my towering cheekbones, you've rebuilt the raw armor. Can I try it on, Tux? I've always wondered what it would look like if I were a hero. What? You'd never be able to get the stink out? Honestly, Tux, you haven't changed since the very first moment I met you. Whatever pops in your mind flies straight out of your mouth. You think a servant of the goddess would be a little more prudent with their words, particularly when dealing with sensitive souls. I don't know whether to put it down to mere naivety or something else. But never mind. I like that you can speak your mind to me, Tux. It shows what great friends we are. By the way, Tux, why does that old fool Merlin always act like he knows better than anyone else? He even went so far as to say that you aren't the one who's going to defeat the Dragon Lord. But you're the only one in the whole wide world who could possibly do it. Even I know that. So whatever you do, Tux, don't listen to that silly old man. I want to see this world bathed in light again. I know that Pippa and LaRouche and everyone else back in Cantlin are all eagerly awaiting the day that Alfgard knows true peace once more. Oh, and one more thing. You've rebuilt the royal armor, but don't you think it's a little lacking on its own? Wouldn't a great big shield be just the thing to really set the ensemble off? Have a think about it and see what you can come up with. Yes! More gold. Gold and silver. Hero Shield, the sacred shield of a hero of legend. And what does it take to make the hero shield? More Zenithium! And wood. Well met, Tux. It would seem thy preparations for the Dragon Lord's downfall are nigh complete. Thou hast gathered together the ancient emblem, the Staff of Rain, and the Sunstone. With these 3 artifacts thou canst reconstruct the long-lost ancient altar. 'Tis only by the power of this altar that the sacred rainbow drop might be rebuilt and the path to the Dragon Lord's Isle of Evil be opened once more. Thou hast also forged the Sword of Kings. Excuse me. And the Auroral Armor, the legendary arms of the true hero of Alfgard. Whene'er such a hero should appear in this world, these arms will serve him well in his battle against the Dragon Lord. There is but one duty that remaineth before the role allotted unto thee by Almighty Rubus is finally fulfilled. Thou must needs recover the crystal from which the rainbow drop is to be fashioned, and offer it up to the ancient altar. Long have I labored to define how thou wilt obtain this sacred crystal, and at last the secret hath revealed itself unto me. I have seen how thou wilt craft the ultimate key, that will open the doors of darkness beyond which the crystal is hidden. And I have seen the ultimate enemy that doth await thee there. Tux, my boy, before thou departest to beard this mighty foe and fulfill thy destiny, what sayest thou to making this castle of Tangel even more splendid than it already is? When thy role as the builder of Alfgard is complete, thy powers will surely wane. 'Tis meet to make the most of them while thou still canst. The reconstruction of Tangel is a momentous task indeed, and yet I warrant that the town's revival may already be assured. Ah, yes, 'tis just as I did foresee it. Verily, thy building talents know no bounds. Tux, my boy, I congratulate thee. Thou hast trodden a long and treacherous path to reach this point. In all the divers realms of Alfgard, Cantlin, Rimmildar, Cole, and Galenholm, thou didst overcome nigh unscalable obstacles to achieve their salvation. In the beginning thou wert sore abashed to have the sacred duty thrust upon thee, and didst attempt to rebel against thy fate, didst thou not? But now the time for resistance is over. Soon thy sacred duty will be complete and this weighty burden lifted from thy shoulders. Oh, my dearest Tux, thou hast done Alfgard proud. It is very nearly time for thee to embark upon thy final adventure. Seeds of life, always good. Oh, before I embark on my final adventure, as he was saying, let's get that shield made. Well, the sword definitely holds up nicely. More fur. Missing now is the wood, I believe. Yep. Perfect. Saw a little bit more Zenithing back this way then. Yes, I did. Not much, but a little bit. Okay, back to town and make that shield. And sleep. Working late hours. I don't think we need the cypress sticks cluttering things up anymore. Sacred Shield of Hero of Legend, defense plus 16. Chest over here. Stone windows. Well, at least if I want to make windows in my place, I got some. Woody steak. more bony steaks. You never know when you might need a good bony steak. Tux, my boy, I commend thee to have made it this far. Thou hast assembled the sacred artifacts required to build the ancient altar and rebuilt the long-lost arms by which the Dragon Lord might be matched. Though it cannot be said that Tantegel is yet restored the way it once was, the foundations for its eventual revival are nigh unshakable. So long as we men and women of Tantegel have the holy water that thou didst create and the strength of will to follow in thy footsteps, 'tis but a matter of time before the town and the castle are restored to their former glory. The moment that thou dost fulfill thy final duty to rebuild the Rainbow Drop, by which the Dragon Lord's Isle of Evil might be reached, 'twill be fair to say that in the greater part at least the world will be returned to the state it was in before this dread darkness was unleashed upon us. And with that, Elfgard's revival will be assured. Why such clouded brows, my boy? Ah, I see. Thou art so overcome with emotion to hear such happy news thou knowest not how to react. Come, Tux, where thought alone will not provide the answers we seek, let us instead rely on action. The Rainbow Drop must be rebuilt. As I have told thee many times before, the crystal from which the Rainbow Drop must be crafted is hid away in the blackest pit of this cursed land. A recess darker and danker than any other. And what is more, it is guarded by the source of the darkness itself, who is not like to part with it by any other means than by force of arms. Tux, my boy, the monster who doth lurk in this deep, dank darkness will be thy final foe. I know not what manner of fiend he is, but for the sake of all that is good and holy, I bid thee put him to the sword. The doors to the darkness wherein he sleeps are unlocked by the ultimate key, of which I have already recovered one part. I bid thee gather the remaining materials to construct this key, and bravely venture into the lair of thine ultimate enemy. Defeat him, and all that thou requirest to rebuild the Rainbow Drop shall be thine. Ultimate key. A gemstone setting key formed from magical metal. Unlocks the doors to a certain castle. Okay, so what do I need to make this ultimate key? I have the thing for them. Is back on the first island. I've been this way a long time. isn't a waste of time going this direction, but my instincts had to go through the blue portal, so that's what I did. So far, so good. I see a castle. Or something. Tantagel Sanctuary. Left of the sanctuary, is there? This isn't looking like a very friendly sanctuary, is it? Not the key I need. In here. No keys. Other than the ultimate key, which we'll use for this. Well, at least I have a bunch of crates now. Get in there. Give me a key. That's the way I came in, isn't it? Sanctuary. Okay, that was a fun little encounter, or side quest, I should say. Quest bit. Side tracking. My sword is still holding up nicely. Like it's supposed to. Okay, so I apparently went the wrong way. Okay. Easily fixable. quick spending of the night. Gotta rest up, you know. Hell broth. It takes a lot of toil and trouble to brew up a broth that's tasty. Play fills hunger meter, increases defense. Oh yes, 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 yes. Give me some of that. Chunk of meat from him. Shit, let's see if there's any more of these waiting for me. Desert direction, huh? At least it doesn't look like it for now. Excuse me. I love this effect. Okay, that's it for the holy water. It's this way. Just gonna keep going into the lava. Okay. Is everybody ready? Half the world. Okay. The world is mine. It's all mine. Hug, who goeth there? How darest thou disturb my solitude? I I am the king of all Alfgard. The penalty for thine insolence is death. Fallen hero, king of darkness. Yikes. Here we go again. King of Darkness is defeated. Tex opens the treasure chest. What luck, the prismatic crystal! Tux, my child, you have done well. He who has followed by the darkness has been vanquished, and all that is required to craft the rainbow drop has been reclaimed. All that remains is to rebuild the ancient altar, and the path to his Dragon Lord's lair shall be opened once more. It is just as Merlin says, the world will soon be returned to the way it was before that disastrous decision was made. When that is done, your role will be at an end. Tux, my child, I am so proud of you. Well, yes, Tangential will remain shrouded in darkness and his people at the mercy of the monsters. That much is true. However, only the defeat of the Dragon Lord himself can lift the curse he has inflicted upon this land. I'm sorry, Tux, but you are not a hero. It is not your place to fight against him. Then how will Tangential ever again see the light of day? Someday a new hero will appear, a scion of the bloodline of Erdrick, who will lay the Dragon Lord low for once and for all. It was ever your role, Tux, to set the stage for this hero's arrival. To rebuild the castle of Tangential, from which he will strike at the heart of the beast. To craft the armor with which he will resist the Dragon Lord's onslaught, and the weapon with which he will smite the monster down. To restore this benighted land to the way it was before that fateful choice was made. I thank you, Tux, from the bottom of my heart. The stage is almost set for the hero's arrival. All that remains is to await the coming of the Scion of Erdrick and the Dragon Lord's long-distant destruction. How long will we have to wait? I know not. Perhaps a year, perhaps 100, but the day will surely come. Do not be dismayed, my child. As the builder of Alfgard, your duty is almost over. Restore the ancient altar and rebuild the rainbow drop. I know, Tux, that I do watch over you always. Doesn't sound like my character was really happy with the situation. There's some frog stools here. Back away we go again. By the goddess, thou hast retrieved the prismatic crystal and returned unscathed. Tell me my boy, what horrors didst thou witness within thy darkness? What manner of foul fiend did inflict this curse upon the world? What the? Tux, thy face has fallen through the very floor. Why grievest thou so, when thy sacred duty is at last at an end? Thou didst defeat the source of the curse that afflicts these moors, didst thou not? And if we continue to scatter thy holy water upon the ashen earth, 'twill be done all the sooner. What, thou wouldst have me see into the future and divine when the Scion of Erdrick will come to defeat the Dragon Lord? What insolence, a soothsayer doth not take requests! And even if I did, the time of the hero's coming is beyond the knowledge of Rubus herself and all her infinite wisdom. The vision of even so long-sighted a seer's eye stretcheth not that far. It could be 10 years, or 50, or even 100. What? Thou sayest that if that were the case, then thou and thy friends would not live to see true peace? That all those who have aided thee in rebuilding this world would pass to the hereafter before they did see their work completed? Well, yes, that may very well be true, but Tux, my boy, thou failest to see the forest for the trees. Even if our lives were to end ere the coming of the hero, then our children, or our children's children, or our children's children's children's... Come, let us not dwell on the future. For the present, I demand that thou speak with the princess. Complete thy duty. Tux, Rubus and Merlin have told me all thou hast achieved. They say that thou hast only to combine the ancient emblem, the Staff of Rain, and the Sunstone to rebuild the ancient altar, and upon that altar recreate the long-lost rainbow drop. When that is done, thy role as the builder of Alfgard will at last be fulfilled. Tux, I know not what fate has in store for us. If the prophecy holdeth true, and the Dragon Lord will one day be defeated, then all will be well. And yet, in my girlish heart, I long to gaze at the boundless blue sky, to feel the soothing rain upon my face and the gentle breezes through my hair. Mayhap 'tis mere selfishness on my part, the pampered princess within me speaking. Forgive me, as the heir to the throne of Alfgard, I must put my kingdom before myself. Tux, the role allotted thee by the almighty Rubus is very nearly fulfilled. I bid thee follow the great goddess' guidance and rebuild the ancient altar. Upon that altar, craft the rainbow drop by which the Dragon Lord's island might once again be brought within reach. Merlin hath gifted me a plan of the holy sanctuary wherein this ancient ritual was first enacted. Take it, Tux, and complete thy duty. Blueprint! Reconstruction of the sanctified stand that steered the Scion of Erdrick to his destiny. It's not a very large room, is it? Oh, I wanted to put one right next to it, so here we go. Okay, first things first, make it a little dark. I don't like operating in the dark. Especially with ghosts flying in at me every so often. Castle foundation blocks. Clover carving. And a bathtub. over a certain subject of late, but the more I think about it, the more confused I become. What exactly is the difference between a role and a duty, and is there any distinction between obligation and responsibility? Honestly, I've turned the words over in my mind so many times that I can no longer tell one from the other. All I know is that Almighty Rubus granted you the power to build and took you under her motherly wing. But it was you alone who decided how to wield that power, and you alone who wielded it. Tux, my boy, don't listen to all this rubbish about roles and duties. The only right path for you is the one you choose, and I'll be with you all the way. What did I need again? Foundations, right? 13 foundations. Foundations. What you're trying to do, huh? Need 6 stone blue temples. I believe that was with the altar over here. Stone. Stone, lots of stone. Okay, 12 should be good. I thought you were my friend. I was until you ran into me. Hey Kitsu, how are you doing? And a friend of mine just came up. Got up too late, huh? I know you wanted to get up a little earlier. Cladding bricks made. of obsidian, didn't I? I think so too, but there's something I need to do, though. I can find where it went. Princess's bedroom, I don't really want to have this earth bricks up here. Might as well get some more in, huh? There. That's a proper bedroom. Bricks. And where do I need to place those on here? 6 of them in the middle. Okay. Steps. I need to build the ancient altar. I just need the steps and the columns. Not part of the design, but, you know, it's a little easier to get up there when you have all your steps. Columns. I think it's 4 I need. But so long as we follow the guidance of Almighty Rubus, we shall surely not be led astray. For after all, she doth watch over us always. And so I pray that you do as the great goddess hath ordained, and rebuild the ancient altar in the rainbow drop. Rainbow drop. Congratulations, Tux. Thy duty as builder of Alfgard is fulfilled. The ancient altar is rebuilt, as are the Rainbow Drop, the Sword of Kings, and the Aurora Armor. All is in place for the day of the Dragon Lord's destruction, and it cannot come soon enough. Tux, my child, I am so very proud of you. You have fulfilled every one of the weighty responsibilities that I bestowed upon your young shoulders. It has been a long and arduous journey, but you have at last achieved your goal. Just as your distant ancestor, a warrior named Erdrick, achieved his. Though fate did not grant you your ancestor's strength of arms, you were blessed instead with the power of creation. I searched far and wide for one such as you, who could clear the Dragon Lord's curse and bring back the light to the benighted land of Alfgard. At long last I found you, slumped in a shallow grave beneath the crumbling ruins of Cantlin. But alas, I was too late. All that remained of your inestimable being was a cold and lifeless corpse, lately slain by the rampaging monsters. And so I breathed what vital forces I could muster into your battered body and brought you back into the land of the living. Tux, my child, I still remember what you said to me in Cantlin before your building work began in earnest. You told me that you just wanted to build things, not fight the monsters. And yet you have fought so hard to make it this far. Tux, my child, your sacred duty is fulfilled. The power that I bestowed upon you will soon fade. But do not fear, you will not lose everything. If you conserve what little vital energy remains within you, a long and happy life can yet be yours. From now on, you can live in peace and build to your heart's content, just as you always wished. Scareroot. Eek! Why doth the ground quiver so? Tux, help me, Tux. Well done, my boy, well done. Shouldst thou continue in all thine endeavors at the same fine wallop, thy sacred duty will soon be fulfilled. The duties bestowed upon us will often coincide with our own amusements, wherefore we fulfill them lightly. But at other times they become a bulky burden that weigheth down upon us every step of the way. Tux, the duty allotted to thee is a weighty one indeed, but it will soon be lifted, I assure thee. Thou must needs endure it only a little longer. Take courage, my friend. Thine agonies are nearly at an end. After you left, Gludamus wouldn't stop going on about you, you know. He was worried about the way you always go charging in when your mates are in trouble. He reckoned if you kept showing off like that, you was gonna get yourself hurt. But I've been thinking, Tux, as long as you know what you're doing and you ain't gonna regret it later, I don't see any harm in charging in or showing off all you like. So long as you don't do anything stupid enough to make Glutinous cry, or me for that matter. If you do, I'll get Burley to put you through his triple-odd training regime, then we'll see who's trying. Oh, my poor Tux, every time I've seen you recently, you've looked so tired and drawn. Are you sure you're eating enough, and you're getting enough sleep? Plenty of sleep? To be honest, my lamb, I'm starting to feel more worried about your state of health than I am about all this darkness. You don't have to fight every single monster yourself, you know. Some more hell broth. First things first. quick nap. It's starting to get dark, so... Nap, quick save. Okay. Oh, Tux, I have the most terrible news. The Dragon Lord hath learned of thy successes, and his dark armies are march on Tangel even as we speak. Tux, I have thought long and hard about this matter, and have discussed it with those in thy fellowship. And we have all come to the same conclusion. There is none other but thou who can defeat the Dragon Lord and save our Lord from his own holy reign. Please, Tux, I beg of thee, drive back the monstrous forces that close on this castle, then do away with the Dragon Lord once and for all. No, Tux, do not follow that path. As I have told you many times before, you are not a hero. It is not for you to defeat the Dragon Lord. And what is more, should you go against my guidance and challenge the Dragon Lord, what little life remains within you will surely be expended. Even if by some miracle you were to emerge victorious, you would not survive to taste the fruits of your triumph. Listen to me, Tux. Do not go blindly to your doom, but follow the guidance of your goddess. Tux, stop daydreaming. The monsters are almost at the gates. I know full well that this is not part of the duty bestowed upon thee, and 'tis a daunting and dangerous task. But I prithee, Tux, nay, I beg thee, use thy powers to defeat the Dragon Lord and save our world from the darkness. Good stretch. Yes. Foolish child. Do you truly understand the significance of this decision? If this is the path you have chosen, then so be it. The role that I allotted unto you is already fulfilled. How you choose to live your life is no longer any concern of mine. You may do as you see fit. Tux, my child, I will watch over you no more. What happened to always? Okay, phase 1 done. It didn't smash any actual rooms. Oh boy. It was worth a shot. Some more fried frog meat. And 3 bony steaks, nice. Thanks, Tux. Thou hast driven back the monster's attack. But I fear that the battle is not over yet. The Dragon Lord's armies still surround us. We needs must defend this place that the fiend is there to be defeated in my kingdom. Tux, what aileth thee? Never before have I seen thee so weak and weary. Still, I suppose 'tis only natural thou art full fatigued after so arduous an encounter. Do not be overly hasty in rejoining the fray, I pray thee. Be sure thy strength is recovered ere thou returns to the field. Well, my friend, art thou prepared to do battle for the Tangible once more? Of course. Tux, I thank thee. But please, promise that thou wilt not overstrain thyself. Standing straight again. Hey, where do you guys think you're going, huh? You just stroll on into my castle like that, huh? Sildor. A dragon. Rebuilding to do here, don't I? Seed of life, that'll come in handy. Well, the castle was looking good. Okay, that's filled in. Okay. What you guys think you're doing, huh? My dear friend, I cannot thank thee enough. Again, thou hast delivered us from the monsters. Now that their attacks have at last subsided, all is ready for thee to face thy final challenge. Tux, it is time. By the holy power of the Rainbow Drop, thou needs must journey to the Dragon Lord's lair. Don the auroral armor and hero's shield, that thou might be protected against its fearful magics. And take the sword of kings in hand, that thou mightst strike at the heart of the beast and lay him low. O Tux, I am but a spoiled and simpering princess who would be as nothing without thine incomparable powers. Even at this late stage, I have not even the words to lend thee courage as thou departest into the deepest, darkest night. All I can say to thee is this. Go, my dear Tux, and come back. Thou needst only hold the rainbow drop aloft to journey to and from the Dragon Lord's evil lair. But be wary, my friend, I fear the fiend hath laid many subtle tricks in his fortress that thwart those who would seek him out. If e'er thou shouldst want for a way forward, be sure to search thy surroundings with the utmost care. Oh, and Tux, for some time now thy face hath been clouded by deathly pallor. Art thou unwell? Be sure thou art fully restored before thou departest to challenge the Dragon Lord. Tux, my friend, though I bid thee go, I shall pray night and day for thy safe return. Where did the rainbow drop go? It's not my inventory. There it is. In the original game, it was just used to make a bridge between the two. Hey, this works. It's kind of a bridge. So thou art come to meet me at last, Tux. Thou who art blessed with the power of creation. Come to my castle, I await thee there. There's a dragon over there. That's a dragon. Yikes. Not as strong as the boss dragon, but you know, who is? Yikes. Oh, you want a piece of me too, huh? That dragon's having a good time. So many newts. Determined to blow up in my face, aren't they? said she wasn't watching over me. I'm still getting the health ups. Also getting a whole lot of meat. Where'd you come from? Plenty of dragon steaks coming up here, huh? These mines. What's in the mine? Another Yggdrasil dude. Nothing. It's down this direction. Also nothing. How he is immune, I don't know, but... Fishamira. The monster egg. Coming up a poison area. Always fun. Too bad I can't purify the poison, huh? Alright. Oh well. Purify the poison, I can do the next best thing. use your ingenuity sometimes, huh? Okay, can't go through that way. Didn't think I could, but you know. Doesn't hurt to try, right? Got a nice collection of newts going here. Yeah, I didn't even need to worry about it. It's an armor that blocks against poison. Herbs. Unbreakable. Ooh, a nice dragon blocking the way up there. Spear roots. Of course there's a hidden staircase. I played the original Dragon Warrior. Staircase hidden behind the throne. Ooh, they gave me something. 71 healing creams now. More wings, too. Quest is almost reached its end. There he is. So thou art come before me at last, Tux. I am the Dragon Lord, Master of Masters, King of Kings. I did not anticipate the coming of one such as thee. Thou art no hero. Thou art naught but a flawed and feeble puppet of Rubus, forsaken by thy master. And yet there's a fire in thine eyes. A fearful force burneth within thee. This power of creation thou wieldest is a terrible thing indeed, as thou knowest full well. Thou hast seen it with thine own eyes, hast thou not, in Cantlin, Rimmildar, Cole, and Gallenholm? In every place the humans used their powers to rebel against their fate, and brought a fate more miserable still upon their heads. I had no choice but to eliminate that corrupting power. Had I not done so, this world would have been thrown out of balance and fallen into ruin once more. So come, Builder, allow me to eliminate the last vestige of mankind's corruption. Thee. As the future King of Darkness. I didn't have any wrecking balls with me. We're going for the rest of this game. We're at the verge of finishing it. What time it is. Bring on your fizzle. I did it! So far. 'Twould seem I underestimated thee. How came a weakling child to wield such power? Ah, I see it now. The strength is not thine alone, but that of thy creations. 'Tis regrettable indeed that thou shouldst brandish this power against me, for it is feeble in comparison to the true power of mine own. Grah! Hear me, Tux. Hear me as I yawn. Before I reveal to thee my true strength, I will make thee an offer, the same I made unto the last visitor to darken these halls. Join me, and half this world shall be thine. 'Tis an offer few would refuse. Thou art no hero, Tux. Thy part in Rubus' schemes is already ended. Let not thy life be cut short in terror. Be not afeard, the world I grant unto thee will not be one of darkness. 'Twill be a land of light and liberty, where thou mightst build a kingdom in thine own image. So, Tux, I give thee one last chance. Come, take thy rightful place at my side. Do so, and I will grant unto thee dominion over half this world. What sayest thou? Wilt thou rule beside me? No. Then thou meanst to challenge me? No, Tux, that if thou failest, the towns and villages that thou hast built upon these lands will be reduced to rubble, and all thy friends and fellows will meet their dooms. Every trace of thine existence will be wiped from the face of the earth. Art thou truly prepared to venture the future of mankind on a battle thou cannot win? Thou wilt have no regrets? So be it. Then come, fool, know thine insignificance. Tux, my child, can you hear me? Rubus, what is the meaning of this? Tux, you are not a hero. It was never within your power to defeat the Dragon Lord. However, with the creations you have built and the friends you have made, you can now call upon a power far greater than your own. Go, my child, together we shall lay the Dragon Lord low. Ha ha ha, impertinent wretch! Come, Tux, look upon my true power, I despair. terrifying true form, the Dragon Lord. Oh no, I have no items. Swallow. Cantlet shield. Herbs. So we gotta dodge the gas. Oh, new attack. Alright, Dragon Lord. Bricks. need that. I need that. Try again. Sailor Stew, hearty hot pot that's full of fishy goodness, completely fills hunger meter and increases defense. Okay, I don't have any more. Got this time. Cantlet Shield, excellent. Bricks. Some cannons, excellent. Almost got him. Bricks. What the heck am I gonna do with Bashmobile? I can't drive up here. Need more cannons. Now he's doing it right. Thank you. And he goes to the other side. That's what I was waiting for. Cannons. More shots should do it. lost my cannon. Which way is he going? Left or right? Left. Got him! Tux, my child, you have done well. The Dragon Lord is no more. From the dawn of time, the Dragon Lord and I have sought to intercede in the eternal struggle between mankind and the monsters. For aeons I have... What? We should forget about the old fairy stories for now and concentrate on clearing away the darkness? Yes, perhaps you are right. Go forth, my child, and reconstruct the Sphere of Light. Tux rebuilds the Sphere of Light. Well done, my child. Now, Tux, raise the Sphere of Light up to the heavens and clear away the darkness. Don't even have to be at the flag this time. There it is. The light returns to Alefgard. Tux, I am so very proud of you. You have made this land of Alefgard live again. Tux, my child. That you were able to defeat the Dragon Lord is due to all that you have built, both your creations and your bonds of friendship. Though this was not the outcome I had anticipated, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for proving me wrong. But Tux, what is the matter? Are you alright? Oh, my poor child, come back to me, Tux. I fear that my prediction was true. The vital energies that I breathe into you are now exhausted. Your body will soon relinquish its grip on your soul. I always knew this would happen. It was never for you to defeat the Dragon Lord. Pardon? What did you say? You picked this path yourself, so I shouldn't sweat it? Ha ha ha. Oh, Tux, you always did have a way with words. In all honesty, it seems that you have not changed since the very moment we met. Tux, my child, there is one thing that I often wonder. Why did the hero who came before you accept the Dragon Lord's offer? I cannot claim to fully comprehend the human mind, and yet it seems to me that this too was a very human choice. But let us not dwell on the past. Come, Tux, your triumphant homecoming is at hand. Let us return to Tantegel, where all your friends await you. I will tell the princess of your condition. Though you have but little life remaining, it should be enough. Tux, my boy, I can hardly believe it. Verily thou hast laid the Dragon Lord low. And yet thou hast transgressed the achievements of the great goddess, and made my divination seem as significant as a droll's daydreams. Well, no matter. We need not concern ourselves with such petty trifles any longer. Well done, my boy. No doubt the princess will be as happy as I to learn of thine heroic deeds. Benevolent Rubus be praised, Tux, you are returned to us alive and well. Truly, the great goddess is smiling down upon us this day. You must inform the princess right away, but after you've done that, you must tell me everything. Zounds, I can scarce believe mine own eyes. Thou hast felled the fiend and returned to us unscathed. Forgive me, Tux, if e'er I have treated thee with discourtesy. But now is not the time for contrition, but for celebration. Go, friend, and present thyself before the princess. By thy valiant efforts, this world knoweth true peace once more. 1,000 thanks unto thee, brave Tux. But waste not thy words on a humble knight such as I. Speak with the princess, I pray thee. Alright, Tux, you did it then, did you? Heh, it was never in doubt. Whenever you set your mind to something, there ain't no stopping you till it's done and dusted. Well then, you better go and tell the princess the good news. I reckon she'll be able to put her feelings into words a heck of a lot better than I can. By my beating bosom, Tux, you have come back to us, and with a satisfied smile upon your face. Is it true? Have you really defeated the Dragon Lord? Oh, wondrous day. Well done, my boy, well done. Come into my arms and let me kiss you. Or perhaps I should have leave that privilege for the princess, Hurry, Tux, and tell the princess all you've accomplished, but then, when that duty is done, don't forget to return to your old friend Rollo. Oh, my dear brave Tux, thou hast defeated the Dragon Lord and restored the light to this benighted realm. But at what price? Rubus told me what fate is to befall thee. She did say that thine energies are nigh exhausted, and thy mortal body will soon give up the ghost. And also that thou repentest not thy decision. O Tux, throughout my constituted girlhood, oft did I dream of the hero who would deliver my kingdom from the Dragon Lord. I must admit thou art somewhat different to the man I imagined. And yet... O Tux, we have all been waiting and praying for thy safe return. I'm sure everyone else is as eager to congratulate you as I am. Neglect them not, I prithee. When thou art ready, I bid thee speak with me again, mayhap for the final time. Tux, my boy, a matter hath been preying on my mind for some years now. Why must sages, spirits, and soothsayers speak in such opaque and pretentious proclamations? If thy duty had been plainly spelt out from the very beginning, and thou hadst been given the materials by which the ancient altar was to be rebuilt, then many of the travails thou didst face in thy quest might well have been avoided. Those pompous swaggerers, grandstanding malaperts, the wretched abstrusity vexeth me beyond measure. Now that I think of it as a seer myself, mayhap 'tis not my place to criticize the arcane admonitions of others. I prithee, Tux, do not tell Rubus I spake thus. Tux, do you remember that we spoke before about a certain matter that was bothering me? I simply couldn't imagine why the scion of the legendary hero would say yes to the Dragon Lord's offer. I've been mulling it over for some time now, and I think I finally hit on a possible explanation. It all fell into place when I saw you fly off to fight the Dragon Lord. As a descendant of the mythical hero, that warrior must have spent his whole life being heralded as a savior by everyone around him. From the moment of his birth, his path in life was already plotted out. He never had a chance to make a decision for himself, until the Dragon Lord presented him with one. If I had been put in the same situation, I know what I'd be thinking. I'd be wondering what would happen if I said yes. I don't think he actually wanted to rule over half the world, you know. I think he was just curious to see what would happen if he did the unexpected. It may have been a truly disastrous decision, but I understand why he might have made it. Teehee, it was the only time he went against his sacred duty in the whole of his life. Compared to you, Tux, he was an absolute saint. Look around thee, Tux, breathe the air, all is good and bright once more. The light that doth fill the skies is so beautiful, the breezes that caress one's cheeks so gentle. There was one benefit to this world being shrouded in darkness, it is this. Now that the shroud is removed, our eyes are open to the true wonder of Alefgard once more. I pray that this feeling will never fade for so long as I live. 1,000 thanks, Tux, 1,000,000. Nay, there is not the number to equal the debt of gratitude Alefgard oweth unto thee. Tell me, Tux, when thou didst spear the Dragon Lord in his den, did he say aught unto thee? For instance, did he explain wherefore he only took away mankind's power to build and not our lives? 'Tis a question that hath long puzzled me. From our own standpoint, the Dragon Lord is the embodiment of all evil. And yet, from a monster's perspective, he is the master of all masters, the king among kings. Surely such a lofty personage would not stoop to destroying the world or murdering mankind on naught but a whim. There must be some intelligence behind his schemes, no matter how alien they appear to us. It seemeth to me that whether a course of action is deemed reasonable or treasonable dependeth entirely on one's point of view. 'Tis a fascinating conundrum indeed. Watch it, Tux. This world we're living in now, it is the way it is because some witless one just said yes to the Dragon Lord's offer, right? Well, that reminds me of something Galileo used to say. With every choice we make, a new possibility is born and the universe expands. Which means there's another possible world out there where the Dragon Lord got walloped the first time around. Compared to that one, or the world took a bit of a beating on its way to final peace again. But I'm kind of glad it did. After all, if it hadn't, I'd never gotten to meet you. Tux, my friend. After you left Cantlin, I returned to my studies and finished reading the Cantlin Chronicle from cover to cover. And on the very last page, I made a very interesting discovery. It would seem that you yourself were a man-made creation. After the Dragon Lord snatched the light from the sky and took away their power to build, the people of Alfgard had truly hit rock bottom. Each and every one of them prayed for the day that a hero would come to rebuild the ruined world. As the years went by, this longing turned into legend, and the people began to wait for what they believed was the long-destined birth of the builder. And so benevolent Rubus listened to her children's pleas and granted you the life and the power that you have today. She made you the builder that Alfgard had been waiting for so long. Well, Tux, isn't that the perfect tale with which to end your adventures, and engagingly told, too, even if I do say so myself. I knew that reading all 200,000 pages of the Cantlin Chronicle would pay off. 200,000 pages! I went from barely being able to read to speed reading, huh? Ha ha ha. Ah, Tux, hast thou spoken to all thy friends? Well, everyone that's in the town, anyway, I think. I know not if they did reveal it to thee, but we have prepared a small banquet to celebrate the light returning to our world. Well, my friend, shall we begin the celebrations? Of course. Tux, my dear friend. For defeating the Dragon Lord and restoring the light to my kingdom, I am eternally thankful. If it were not for thee and thy building abilities, this world would still be shrouded in darkness. My dear Tux, thou art not the hero chosen by the Almighty Goddess, nor art thou the hero I did call to mind in my girlish daydreams. However, though it may seem trite, I believe this to be true. One doth not perform heroic deeds because one is a hero. One becometh a hero by performing heroic deeds. That is why to me, nay to all of us, thou art a hero above all others. Tux, my friend, Rubus did tell me what it is to become of thee. Thou wilt soon disappear from this place, and there is naught that can be done to prevent it. But if we pray for it with all our hearts, I know that we shall meet again. Come, Tux, let us begin the feast. We shall celebrate Alfgard's long-awaited revival together. Hold on to that confetti for hours. Congratulations, thou hast restored peace into the world, but there are many roads yet to travel. May the light shine upon thee. Thank you. That was fun. I really enjoyed this one. A few years ago, my uncle borrowed my original Nintendo from me and the original Dragon Warrior. I don't know how many times he beat the game. He would have loved this game too. It's interesting that they had the Dragon Lord becoming a dragon like they did in the original Dragon Warrior game. From what I read in the Japanese version, the dragon that showed up with the after you beat the Dragon Lord in the original game was just a pet that was really trying to avenge him. In the American version, they made it so it was another form. So it works out. could have handled the final battle a little better, but hey, it worked, right? Stretch a little. Okay, a lot of stretch. I found out that there is a sequel for this coming up soon, so once it comes out in the United States, I'll definitely be picking up and continuing the adventure. I'm hoping that they'll go on to maybe where Dragon Warrior 4 was at. Maybe even Dragon Warrior 7. I mean, that game had a whole storyline of you rebuilding the world that way, so, you know, it's a logical continuation. But, you know, there's no point in speculating until we see anything more about it. It does look pretty cool. I know one thing from it. Don't have to worry about drowning anymore. A lot of people worked on this game. So after the credits are over, and after whatever might be after the credits, you know what we have in store for tomorrow on our stream. Voice acting. Wasn't a lot of voices in this game. Morning, boss. Had a nice night, did you? You was hammering away in your sleep with a massive grin plastered over your mug. What were you dreaming about this time? You weren't dreaming? I like the story. Even your little legs were going like the clappers. Pfft, trust my luck, working for a gaffer who's gone soft in the head. Talking of work, let's get to it, eh? This place ain't gonna build itself. Honestly, whose bright idea was it to rebuild Tangerine Castle and Tangerine Town into one enormous city? You're the only one in Alfgard who can do it, boss. We're all counting on you. Come on then, boss. Let's get building. The new apprentices can't wait to see the way you stack up them blocks. Boom, boom. Cool, blimey. Feast your eyes on that, lads. That's how a proper builder does it. Just wait till we get started on that castle across the sea, eh? By the time we're done with it, it'll be blinking gorgeous. You know what, boss? You ain't no normal builder. You're a builder with a capital B. The world continues to turn, and the legend of the builder lives on. Finn. Wow, I didn't get any of the challenges done. Defeat the Dragon Lord without wearing the legendary armor. Find the Sword of Ruin. I bet that was in the cave with all the locked doors. Level 4 base. Almost. 30 days. Yeah, right. Okay. So, I guess that is it. New island has been unlocked in Terra Incognita. New recipes have been unlocked in Terra Incognita. Okay, so tomorrow, my last playthrough before this was Infamous Second Son, so tomorrow we're going to take a look at the side story, First Light, that features Fetch as the main character. Everyone's favorite neon-wielding graffiti girl who hates drug dealers. So, join me tomorrow morning. We'll be running around Seattle again. Okay, until then, have a good day, and take care. Bye for now.